Ticket, you see the YouTube.
Yes, sir, I can read it. Yes.
Okay, I made you host. Huh? Okay, Muhammad, go ahead, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
go. Thanks, Tom.
Okay. Ramesh and Janavi. So that uh, delete post put operation you worked on, right? And get as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Still doing.
Sorry?
I'm doing. I'm not completed.
Okay, okay. No problem, sir. Like, once you get the time, please complete it. The texted Swati, like, still 1 minute. I will wait for her. Mostly by Monday. So I will start with the success factor integration. Okay. We almost completed with the basics and all. So during success factor integration, we will come up with the rest of the palette functions. Okay. So first of all, I will show you like how success factor system look like. So what is the exact data that we need to check? What where exactly we can check the APIs? How many APIs are available? So what is SOAP and what is OData APIs and all? How to query them? So what are the limitations? So how exactly we can query the data from the success factor system? What kind of the requirements we will get in success factor integration, and so lot many things will come up in success factor integration. And I will try to give the assignment as so whatever the things that I have developed and what are the requirements that I will receive. Okay, one after another we will complete. So during the success factor integration only, I will try to cover this Groovy script and JavaScript. Oh, sorry, only Groovy script, like basics only, like how to loop if conditions and how to transform the data, how to set properties and how to set the headers and how to deal with the properties if you have already created in content modifiers. No. Once that is completed, again I will come with the some accessibilities and all. Again, the same story, like if conditions, loops, data transformations, and how to when to go for XSLT and when to go for Groovy. So anything is fine. So we suggest go with the Groovy if you are comfortable with writing the Groovy scripts and all. But XSLT is like XPaths only. Writing the XPaths and looping the XPaths, how to handle the payload that you are receiving. So based on that, we need to write. So even though in Groovy also, we will write the XPath only. So the way we will write the XPath is different compared to Groovy and XSLT. So in Groovy, we will provide dot. In XSLT, we will provide the slashes only. So you know, right, how to write the XPath in content modifier in order to get some data into some value. I mean, in the properties and all. So we will provide some slash query compound employee slash person ID external. So if you want to get any ID under one property. In the same way, in XSLT also, we will write the XPath only. These are the things I need to discuss. Once Groovy and XSLT is completed, right? So it is like we almost completed it. So the rest of the palette functions which you haven't seen, right? It, uh, those are not that much important, but we need to cover it. Okay. As part of the training, I need to cover, but those palette functions won't help in the whatever the assignment that I will give. Okay, that is for learning purpose only we need to do and for interviews and all. No, till 7:40 will wait for her. Maybe if she doesn't join, she can go with the record. Today the plan is I want to discuss about the SFTP. So we have done with the mail adapter, right? So it is very similar that, like that only, like we need to transfer the files to the SFTP, like a secure file transfer protocol. So we are doing some mappings and all right in CPI. So we are getting the data from the system and doing the some validations and converting the data into the another format. And finally, we are doing some conversion and like XML to CSV and all. That CSV data should be uploaded into the SFTP. So how to establish the connectivity between CPI and SFTP that we will discuss. It is very similar like how we did for the mail adapter to the CPI. Okay.
So most of the SFTP integrations, the target system usually will be SFTP server, right?
Correct.
So mostly all of them are CSV files only.
Uh, so they will decide I cannot say it only CSV. So
Okay.
we have seen CSV only, but some people will ask in XML as well. I haven't seen any of the client ask the JSON format, but 99% I have seen in CSV format.
So from success factors, do we get it in XML or JSON?
From Excel, I mean, it is in XML format.
Oh, XML data only.
Yeah.
But API and all, they are all talking about JSON
API.
formats. SFTP, sorry, success factors API. We see success factors API specification.
Okay.
Most all of them they talk in
No,
um,
there is no JSON and all. Completely XML only.
oh, is it? Uh,
I don't know which environment you are talking about. Or else it is a Salesforce or any success factor.
Success factors only. Success factors API guide I referred. All the server, all the in request responses and all, they're talking about
Mhm.
JSON.
No, that would be in XML only. So whatever the compound employee that I have given to you, right?
Uh,
That is from our trial account and I have queried the data and I have shared to you. That is not the data which I have created by my own. It is from
uh,
SuccessFactors system. So basically in SuccessFactors, we have two APIs. So one is compound employee API, so which is going to deprecate in future. So that is what SAP is saying, even though it is going to be deprecated, but we are using that API. So in order to get the delta records. So delta in the sense here, change records from the success factors. So you know, right, changes. So generally we will go into our portal and all. So in every,
mm,
so in organizations, so we will be having the Workday, Success Factor, Salesforce, this kind of system we will be having, right?
uh,
So to monitor the employee data and all.
uh,
So so for our company, we have Success Factor system only.
mm,
So in that Success Factor system, I have my employee ID, who is my manager, who is my counselor,
mm,
what is my compensation. So and my personal information, uh, and my address information and my email information, like my personal and office emails and all, like business emails. So like that, there will be a lot of information, right?
yes.
Okay, so that data will be maintained in success factor system. So whatever the things that I have discussed, which is completely available in compound employee API. So that is like master data.
Okay. SAP
Okay.
master data.
SAP success factors master data available in compound employee API.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So there are some other APIs like OData API, I would say. So that is like it's we cannot say how many APIs that will be available in success factor system
So
regarding
I have pinged it in the chart. Probably, is this the word data that you are talking?
1 minute. I will open. This is HCM capital man. Will directly search for the box. So if you observe, we'll share my screen. So they are, we'll share and explain. Let me know once you can able to see my screen.
Yeah, I'm able.
Okay. So this is the data you're talking about, right?
Yes.
So if you observe, they are querying the data from the server slash odata slash entity. So currently they are using the entity called user. Okay. And they are requesting the system like I want the data in JSON format. That is the reason you can able to see the data in JSON.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you haven't provided the this one
Mm-hmm.
format, so
Mm.
generally you will get in XML format.
So the API is capable to give us the format that we want.
Uh, so I haven't tried like this, but I guess it will work. So not for success factor I have tried, but other systems I have tried. Like it will convert the data while querying itself. Like for CAPM and so when I was dealing with the ADP, right? So I can able to get the data if I provide this dollar format equal to this.
Oh, you have integrated with the ADP system as well. That's
Yeah,
a payroll, right?
like completely payroll system. So that was
Uh,
the very complicated interface which I have worked on.
oh, very tough
So,
actually.
yeah,
That's a
very
US
complicated.
payroll.
US, Canada employees and US, Canada and Mexico.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
These
the payroll functionality is available in SuccessFactors?
we have like payroll. I guess they have some dedicated payroll model in SuccessFactors.
People hardly use it probably.
Might be.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So,
EDP, right? So it is
uh,
not. So this is not the. So just we are in the context like in ADP. So want to
mm,
discuss something. So which might not be helpful, but in the upcoming classes or like okay, just remember if you haven't understood, also not a problem. So when I was dealing with the ADP system, right?
mm-hmm.
So they have APIs. Okay, at least they have given like 30 APIs to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I cannot able to form the structure and directly upsert the data into ADP system in single go. I cannot do that. The system won't accept during that case. Okay, it's like almost 3 years back. Okay. So they want, if I want to update the personal, so there is a structure. So I can, so consider I'm getting a employee called 1200 120056. Okay. Consider
Mm-hmm.
this is the employee number I'm getting. If I want to send this employee is created in SuccessFactors system. I want to send this employee data to the ADP system. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So ADP cannot accept if I send entire data of this employee in a single go.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way. So in integration, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to split this employee into different parts. So they have given some, instead of going with 30 APIs, I will go with some simple APIs. So first they want personal info. So in every information, the mandatory field is person ID external. This is the key field.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what they inform. So they won't inform us, but they will say that go to our portal and refer our APIs and all like that. They will say they won't
Mm-hmm.
tell us go to our portal and refer our APIs so you can do your trial account. I mean, do the trials and all. That is what they said to me. Like I have when I was observing, like I have seen like personality in the while we are updating any information into the ADP system,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere I have seen the ID as the key field. If you
Mm-hmm.
haven't provided the ID, it won't upsert that data. So that is the basic thing only. So in order to update the personal information, personal external is the key field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not for only one personal info like other consider BDR plus info, email in, sorry, so email info, and after that employment. employment info, again, job info, compensation info, and RDT. So consider these are the 7 APIs we have. Okay, and I need to update the data in this structure only. First, I want personal info, and then after that, address, email, employment, job, compensation, and nationality. So consider without upsetting the personal info, if I try to upset the address information, right? So it will cause an error. It is not
Okay.
exactly the same, but there is some specific structure. Without employment info, you cannot upset the data. So for an example, I'm saying, consider these are the APIs, and there is each API has their own functionality. And so when we are dealing with the APIs, right? So some mandatory fields which is already updated. Consider if you are trying to update the job info without any of this information, like without except job info, if you are trying to send, sorry, go with this simple. So this is the data that we are getting from the success factor system. In success factor, we have the employee. Our request is to send this employee to the ADP system.
Yes.
Okay. So consider you have created the job structure, including the personality external, and you are sending the data to the API. You haven't included the personal information, employment information, address information, and all. If you try to upsert the data into the directly with the job information, it won't accept. I don't even have the personal information, like employment information itself I don't have. And how can we create the job info? Like that, we will get some error message and all. So it will say that so parent information is not available for this employee. Some kind of errors it will throw. So when you are
Okay.
dealing with some systems and all. Like or else it won't throw any error, or else it will show some error codes saying that 404, like some error code from the ADP system. So from the response, you will get one correlation ID from the ADP. So if you provide that correlation ID to the ADP team member, they have very specific error, like why we are getting this error. They have very meaningful error from their end, so which they cannot show us, but when we are in the calls and all, they will say like due to, so you haven't sent the first name when you are sending the personal information. I mean, I have seen like first name is blank and you are sending the last name only. Due to that reason, ADP is not accepting your request. So like that they will say. So for each, so first of all, there is a sequence structure. Second one is field level validations also there. So consider you in the first name, in the personal information, what is the data that we are getting from the compound employee. So we'll open this one, like the first name and nationality and last name you are getting. So consider, so for the first name, what I'm saying, currently I'm getting Ananya, right? So instead of this, so due to some mapping issue which I have done, I'm sending this start date. Okay, so that is issue from my own. In CPI, I mapped wrongly. So I'm sending the date into the first name. So the data type itself wrong. So ADP has their own validations. You cannot update the name, update the date format into the name. So by seeing the number itself, it will throw an error saying that data type violation or data type mismatch or something, some kind of errors and all we will get. Mhm. So if you consider if you are getting this kind of this much data and you need to form the structures for each personal for each. So it is not like you are sending the same structure to the ADP. It is not like that. So completely we are dealing with JSON format. Okay.
Right.
They want data in JSON format. They can accept JSON only. XML won't work. Okay. In that time, so we have our own converters and all in CPI. So conversion is not a problem. But how to form their structure? So consider in personal information from success factor, we are not getting the personality external here. So we are getting under personal information. I need to use the mapping only in order to form the ADP structure to get to send the personal any information to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
consider they want only first name, last name with the salutation and nationality and marital status,
Mm-hmm.
including personality external is the mandatory field.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to form some kind of structure in JSON format and you need to update the data to ADP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once a personal info is completed, again you need to come to the address. So in address also again the personal external is mandatory field. You know how again so you can use multicast or something. So once sequential multicast, once personal info is completed, then only go for address info. If address info failed, stop the info. I mean stop the interface. Like that, you can do your own validations.
Mm-hmm.
Like that it will. So there are many APIs. And one more thing is when you are dealing with the personal information, right, there is a dedicated API for personal information.
Mm-hmm.
It is not like it is not common for all the information. Okay. So when you are dealing with the personal info, there is some ADP slash personal info. So sorry,
Mm-hmm.
ignore this one. So and they have versions as well. So earlier when I was dealing with ADP, right, it was V1 version. So slash ADP slash uh, personal info. Okay, like that we will get. Okay. For address information also like that we will get. So it is not like you are using the same API for in order to update the rest of the information of the each employee. So the API is changing. So based on the API, we need to form the URL and send the data. How we can achieve this one? So these are the interfaces which we are going to discuss. But the problem here, right? We cannot able to create the trial account like we have in CPI. This one, right? We
Success factor.
can, yeah, we can create our trial account for the CPI, right? Like we have the previous thing.
Correct.
For whereas I have tried that ADP system so that so that I can
Simulate.
discuss more on about ADP, but we are unable to create it. So it is asking some payments and all. So I cannot show you this one, but I have the development with me. How we achieve that one, so that
Mm-hmm.
I can show I can show you the interface. I have the interface with me. I can show you the interface, and we cannot run that interface because it won't work. It will fail. But the development part you need to understand how we develop this and all. Mhm. And
Yes.
another problem which I
Understand.
have received is so they were again after 2 years they moved their version to V2. And once they move to the V1 version to V2, right, entire structures in completely changed. So whatever the structure we are forming in the mapping, right, that got completely changed in V2. So for again, I need to work on this mappings and all. Okay, since so during that time, right, I have my senior with me, like who has the almost 18 plus years of experience in integration. 18 plus. So during that time, I was like 2.5 year like that, 2.5 years experience only. Okay. So this connect. So he used to attend the calls and I will be there in the calls and all, but task and all I will take care. At calls and all he will take. So that is the
Okay.
plan we will be having in our ex company. Okay. And logical developments and all I need to take care. Uh, he will be having a lot of kinds like so he has a lot of clients with him. We need to deal with the other people as well, right? We will discuss with the client what exactly has done, and he will inform us what exactly has to be done. So the logical development and all we need to take care.
Okay.
So this is how the ADP one. So okay, we'll go with the um, last two. Yes, okay. So no worries. I will show you the interface which we did. Once you are comfortable with the success factor integration, right? At last, I will show this interface. So if I show it now also, won't you cannot able to understand it. So for
Correct.
now, you ignore this one. Okay, we haven't deal this interface with the mappings and all. Nowhere we have used the mapping. We have developed one strong XSLT which has 5,000 lines on it.
So it will take care of everything.
Everything.
Okay, it is easy, right?
Yeah,
Than
the
putting.
correct. So everything in the sense, so we have the splitter. So generally we have the general splitter. What general splitter will do? It will send the each component employee to the next pallet function. Okay. So
Mhm.
again, once we use split the each employee, again we are using the another splitter. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, so that is iterative split. So how many nodes you have, that many times it should loop and it should
Mhm.
form the it had to send the data.
Mhm.
Okay, I guess I don't have that interface here. I need to upload it from
Mhm.
don't know where exactly I have created also.
Split.
So currently I'm working on this AI agents demo. So
Okay,
I need
AI
to
agents, meaning you use agents in agentic AI, develop agentic
so
AI
to be
kind
frank,
of.
right? I don't even know what exactly it is, but so my task is like I need to provide a demo in my company. So everyone is asking about this one only. So whenever you are dealing with any of the sessions, right? There
Uh,
should be an AI. Without AI, don't give any session. Like that they are saying. Okay. So my what I thought is I want to create something. So only uh, agent to agent communication. So consider
orchestration.
like that I want to create it. So but is not that is not completely AI to agent communication. So here, right, in the agents and all, I have created some junk data.
Mhm.
So using that data, so so these are the employees data. Okay,
Mhm.
customer inventory, logistics and all I have created. And
Mhm.
it will get the data from this database. Consider this as the database and it is fetching the data from this Excel and all. And
Mhm.
finally, it will provide the output. So you can request the data to that one. Uh, you can ask the questions to this agent. It has to provide the data. So currently, it's still not working. So I'm using this
Mhm.
Copilot only. I have zero knowledge on this topic.
Okay, Copilot has the
Yeah,
platform.
Copilot premium access with him.
Uh-huh.
Like I will
Okay.
ask, like, need this to be achieved. So what exactly I need to do? That and all I will ask Copilot and it will provide.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Okay,
I
good.
guess today we discussed
Lot of
different things and all.
mm, digression.
So, hmm, today, right, we'll go with so SFTP. So thought of discussing more, but I will end this class after discussing this only simple topic called SFTP.
Okay.
And Jahnavi and Swati, right? So whatever the things that we discussed till now, that ADP topics and all. So if you want, you can refer it. If you don't understand, also no problem. We will discuss the topic once again. It's not only ADP payroll. I have deal with the more pay. It's which is England's one. More pay is their payroll system. That is a completely different story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There also have deal with the XSLT. The moment when I come to the latest company, right, completely I changed it to Groovy. Earlier I used to write XSLTs better. So due to I don't know why, but suddenly I moved everything into Groovy. In
Mm-hmm.
my company, so we have dedicated team of 10 employees. who is
Mm-hmm.
specifically working on SAP CPI only. They are experts in CPI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everyone has like 10, 15 years of experience in this domain, and not in domain in the sense like integration. So they have deal with Doomi, CPI, PAPO, MuleSoft, like that. There's those integration they worked on. They have
Mm-hmm.
very good experience. And so when we are dealing with them, right, they are suggesting more like go with the grooving stuff exercise.
Okay, probably maintenance perspective.
They are saying like groovy is but faster compared to accessibility, like that they are saying.
Okay.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. So it is better if we develop some
Yeah,
little experience on one particular script.
better. And if you are
Incline.
supporting any of the projects in future, right?
Mm-hmm.
So better you should have the accessibility basics also. Because we don't know the developer how he has
Correct.
developed the interface. He might use the accessibility. So that is the
Existing.
reason. So whenever the student will ask, right, some very freshers.
Mm-hmm.
So they ask me like, so do we require any coding knowledge to work on this CPI? Most of the so trainer will say no, not required at all. But I cannot say that also. So at least you should have basic knowledge about the coding. Because I have seen the developers who handle everything with the Groovy script only. They won't use these filters and all.
Mm-hmm. When we need to support those interfaces, it will be difficult. Okay.
Uh, correct.
Mm.
We cannot change the
Existing.
interface right now. Correct. So consider Accenture develop the entire interfaces. Consider they
Mm-hmm.
have about 50 interfaces. Among
Mm-hmm.
50, at least so for 15 interfaces, they might have taken two or three employee, right? Who has dedicatedly worked on the CPA. So at least one of them might be gone with the completely coding somewhere like accessibility groovies only. Then
Mm.
if that project comes to us and if you are
Support.
working in some TCS and all, if you get that project to that and if you are assigned to that project, then gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Better we should have basic. It's not like we should understand everything from the by seeing itself. Since we have the AI right now, we can copy paste the code and some mask by masking some input data. If you provide the data also, it will provide like what exactly happening on. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
So we'll discuss more. So these are the topics which are important also. So apart from technical, like what exactly happening and those also important. So for now, so instead of directly going with the mapping, right? So what I can do is I will create some junk data since we don't have that much time. I have any CSV data that would be good. Okay. Some four employees I have. We'll see whether it will work or not. So first of all, so we'll go with the SFTP. So everyone will share the URL. You have to create your own account. So this is valid for 6 days only. Okay. After 6 days, it will go. Will go. Okay. Please create your own account. I'm sharing the link here. Eight ten. Okay. Need to complete this task in 20 minutes. Um, See, the moment when you create your own account, right, it will ask for the create an instance. You just create some instance. So once you create it, uh, Okay, you will get this kind of screen. This is an SFTP online folder. Okay, this is like a client data. So client requested us to send the data into dedicated folder through SFTP. Okay, so you need to click on this one. So whatever is created for you, need to click on this one and go to the users. Here, from users, you will get the rest of the information. Check the connection details. Okay, here you will be having the host, password, username. So everything you have and along with the port number. Okay. So now, so these are the details you will get from the client. Client has to share the host address, port number, username, and password. Okay, this is not our task. Okay. And consider I got the information from client. These are the informations I already copied. And I need to do a connectivity test first in order to check whether it is working or not. First of all, I will duplicate it. So I need to create the credentials. I need to store these credentials, right? Where can we store the credentials? I want to store
We
this
have
username and password. Where can we store the username and passwords?
security. We have some.
Correct.
Come down.
Yes. The security material, we need to store the username and password. We need to create the security material for this one. Okay. For Gmails and all we have created, right? So every time if you want to store username and password and you if you need to deal with what's and all, so this is mandatory step we need to create. Okay. So first of all, I will go with all. So and I have already created this one. SFTP basic credentials. I will just view this one, edit. Okay. Some name we need to provide. So this name is your own only. So it's not like whatever the name that I have to provide. I have provided, you need to provide the same. So whatever the name you can do, that is fine. You need to select on user credential. So why we are selecting the user credentials means user credentials will request the username and password to us. Since we have the username and password with us, we need to go with the user credentials only. And I have given my username and password. I have updated, that is it is not showing that. Okay. And I have deployed this one. Okay. Once I deploy this one, I need to check the connectivity here. Again, I'm going to the monitoring session. So in order to check my credentials are working or not, I need to click on this connectivity test. Go to the SSH. It is where we will check the SFTP connectivity. So host in the sense the URL like this one, which you already get from here. This one. Need to update the host here. And without any authentication, just click on send. See, it is saying that successfully reached to the host. Default port is 22. Okay. When you are dealing with real time, right, this port might changes. 21, it might not work out. Okay. So the port name also you need to get from the client. Sometimes it will be changes. So you understood till now, right? How we created the instance and how we got the username and password with the host and port number. And once we got the post number and all, we have created the credentials. So once we created the credential, we are checking the correct connectivity here. For now, we haven't used any user credentials here. We are going with the none only. So the moment when you deal with the none, it is successful. But we cannot, so in real time, we all deal with the none authentication. It's not a safer case, right? Since user has, I mean, since this client has provided the username and password to us, we need to create the user credentials. For now, we already created. I'm using these credentials here. Need to select authentication method as user credentials, and I am providing the credentials which I have created. Clicking on send. So it is throwing an error. cannot access the known host artifact. So this is very, very important. Wantedly haven't updated the host here. Okay. Go to this security material, click on create. User credentials we already created. Now we are in this step. Known host, SSH. Click on that one. So I'm clicking on add button. Okay. So how to get the host? So for now, I will go with the none and click on send. The moment when I with the none authentication it is created, right? This is the host. So you can copy the host key here. With the none authentication with the host address and port number, we can create the host key. It should work. With none only it should work. You need to copy it and you need to update it to here. Okay. And update it and deploy it. So known host is created and the known host, you have this SSH known host type deployed by and deployed on. So this known host is not for this SFTP. Consider you got another SFTP in future. We will be dealing with multiple SFTPs and all. During that time, no need to create another host and all. In the existing host only, in the known host only, you can click on edit. If you want to add another one, you can add. Yeah, for now, since we are dealing with single host, that would be fine. I'm deploying this one. Since I already created the host, again, I will go with the user credentials and click on send. See, now it is successfully reached. Earlier, when we tried with the try with the credentials name as this my basic credentials, it got failure, right? We have seen a failure. The moment when you upload the known host into the known.host, it is working fine. That means whatever the credential that we have created here also work in our adapter. Okay, without known host, you cannot access the base except SFTP. That is what I want to say. That's it. Okay. And how to operate the known host and all you need to know. So these are the steps. First, with the non authentication, you need to deploy this. I mean, click on send. You will that known host will be generated. Go to the known host and update it. Once you update it, again come back to here and whatever the credential that you have created, that you need to upload here. And click on send. Then it will work. While copy pasting, if you have given any spaces and all, also again it will fill. Okay. So for now the connectivity established. Okay. Using SFTP adapter, we need to send some data to this SFTP. So for now, file manager. Earlier I used to have different one, so this is also new to me. I'm just creating one directory here. Directory like SFEC data create directory created and cancelled it. So again in this directory, I will create another one. There is a possibility of so we create another directory. Employee data create. So I have created two directories. One is SFEC data. Under SFEC data, I have another folder called employee data. So into this employee data folder, I need to send the one file from CPI. Tab root directory. I need to get the path. Just checking. What we'll do now, for now, I will send some junk data and we'll see how to get the plots. This is the data I want to send to the SFTP. I'm updating this data into the content modifier and I will use the request reply, external call request reply. And I will connect my content modifier to request reply and request reply to it. And this request reply to the receiver system and I need to use SFTP here. This is the adapter. Okay. So the same story for now, directory I will provide slash address is same. This one post address. Since we are going with the username and password, we need to provide the credential which we have created here. Copy it and paste it here. That's it. And the file name is test one I will provide and append the timestamp as well. We'll see whether it will work or not. What is something? Does not support. So I'm using instead of request reply, I'm going with the send to send the data to the SFTP. Okay. So the data is correct only. Like we'll just click on send and we'll see the would see no errors in the interface. Whether we'll see my test one record is updated here. Okay. I will click on this one. I will download this one. In order to check whatever the data that we updated. So download, open this file. This is the file, right? And this is the file which we already created in our content model. See, the same data is sent to SFTP with the name which we have created. Test one is the name that we have created and we appended with the timestamp. That is, we click on this checkbox. That is the reason time came up here. You understood now this one, like any questions here. Now we'll try to place the data in different directory, or else you haven't understood anything here. So we are just
Yeah,
placing
it's a little confusing about today's topic. Little confusing.
First of all, I will close this one. Okay, so we'll go from scratch once again. So till creating the account is fine, right? I have given the URL to you. You just need to create the account by providing some email, username and password and by Gmail, password and some data it will ask. You need to provide that data. That's it. So once user account is created, you will see this kind of UI. Hardly I can spend till 9. Okay. If anyone is in front of system, they can share their screen so that you will see the demo once again. Don't want to waste the time here. So if anyone is in front of system and they can able to access the URL which I have given in this one, the chart, they can share their screen and we'll post it from there. I guess no one. Okay. So Swati, like what you haven't understand from here so that I can explain it in a better way once again. Don't even understand what is SFTP and all, right?
Yeah, SFTP is like for a file transferring and all we use, right? That is one
Correct.
protocol.
Correct. That is correct.
Ah,
So, yes. So for now, we are sending the data which we have created in CPI that I need to send it to the SFTP. That is my request. Okay.
okay,
So
okay.
first of all, I need to create an account. SFTP account I need to create. Okay. So once you created the account, right? So you will get this data first. I will go to the overview first. Okay, this is once you create the account, right? This is the initial page. I guess you can able to see. So once you got the data, so you need to connect your SFTP to the CPI. From CPI to SFTP, we need to do the some connectivity on that. How we can do the connectivity? In the security material, you need to update the username and password which you got from the SFTP. Okay, where exactly you can get the credentials? Go to in SFTP, go to the users tab and click on connection details. So you will get the entire details of SFTP. Okay, username, password, and port number and host number. You got every details which you need to update into the CPI. With these details only we can able to connect. Okay, till here you are okay, right?
Yes, till here I got it.
Okay, you got the entire data so that you can connect in CPI system from CPI to SFTP. So now what you need to do? So you need to create the first of all, before creating the basic credential, you need to get the host key of this one. Okay, without host key, we cannot able to connect to the SFTP. In order to get the host key, you just need to provide the address. So this is the address, you got it from this one. Okay, so the same I have copy paste. Okay, once you copy paste and click on send, it will provide the host key to you. Okay, this host key you need to update in known host. Okay, just click on create. So earlier we used to deal with the user credentials, whereas for SFTP, right? For now we need to create the known host. Without known host, it won't work. Okay, so for now I will delete. Okay, I will delete my credentials as well. I haven't created anything. Okay, I just got the username, password, and host name and port number. Okay, so I will click on send. So it is connectivity is okay. For now, I will go with the user credentials. So for SFTP, I haven't created. 1 minute, I need to reload. I have deleted my credentials from here. Go to the SSH and provide the address, host address. and go to the user credentials. So we haven't created any credentials. Okay. In order to connect with the SFTP, we require the credentials, right? For now, we are going with the username and for now we will create it. So even though you create it, it will fail due to no host. So I want to show you that error. That is the reason I won't create the no host. Okay. After generating an error, we will create the no host. So what is no host and all, you should understand that. Okay. So how we can create the this one user credentials. So we need to go to the security material. Under security material, we need to click on this create button. Since we have the username and password, we will go with the user credentials only. So I will give SFTP underscore creds. Some name I have given. This is not, might not come for you. Okay. These are your type is user credentials. User credentials requires the username and password. So this username and password, you got it from the SFTP only. Just copy, paste it. Username copy and paste it. And password, I will copy it and paste it to here 2 times. And click on deploy. Now you have created the SFTP credential for the SFTP you have. Okay, till here, okay, right? How to create the credentials and all. Swati, hope you are clear, right? How to create the
Yes.
credentials and why we are creating this one. Okay. So once you created the credentials, so as per our expectation, so once we create the mail adapter, right, we can able to send the, I mean, mail credentials, we can able to send the data to the mails, to our mails and all. So that is working fine. Whereas for SFTP, right, without these credentials, if I go and do one now, what I will do now, this name changed. So I haven't created the no state. I'm deploying this interface. I'm trying to send the data once again. See, it is throwing some error in SFTP. So when I check the error, it is saying reject host key for this host address. So by seeing the error itself, you can say that there is no host key updated. So we in CPI, right, we can do the connectivity test as well in order to check the connectivity. Without deploying the interface itself, we can do the connectivity test here. So this under monitoring system only, we have the one tile called connectivity. We go to that one first. Under the monitor session only, uh, go to that connectivity test. Okay, this one. Click on this one. So for now, for SFTP, we need to click on SSH. So it is asking the host address first. So this is the my host address. This is my host address and copied it and updated here. And I have created the user credentials. That is the reason I have selected the authentication that I have passed user credentials and I have created the SFTP user credentials. Click on send. Cannot access the host key. So instead of deploying and seeing this here, this error here, you can check in the connectivity as well. Whether my CPI to my SFTP, the connectivity is working or not, that we can check here itself. That is the reason I have, instead of doing this interface deployments and all, I have done here itself. So now what we will do now? So we need to solve this error. How we can solve this error? The reason is it is saying the host key. I mean, host is cannot access the known host. We need to create the known host. Okay. So the known host also created in the security material only. Just to go to click on create, there is an option called known host. Click on known host and runtime for now. Okay, so I'm selecting it. just click on add button. So we need to get the known host. How we can get the known host? That is the question we have right now. To get the known host, go to the authentication type none and click on send button. Now it was successful. So this is the known host only. Copy the key which is generated with the authentication none. It will give the known host to us, host key to us. That host key we need to update it. Okay, and deploy it. Now you have the known host and the SFTP credentials, which is already working. Again, what I will do now, I will delete this. So now you have the known host, but you don't have the credentials. I will deploy this interface. Again, it will fail only because the credentials itself we haven't updated. We just updated the known host only. Okay. We'll see what is the error it will give. For SFTP, there are two important steps. One is known host. Under the known host, we need to update the key. Here, that key we can get it from the connectivity test. Go to the connectivity test, update the host key, and click on send. Once you send it, so that green color will appear, and you can copy the host key. And that host key you can update into the known host. Okay, that's it. That is the first step. And second step is we need to create the credentials. So without credentials, we'll see. So again, it got failed. We'll see the error. So some different error right now. Timeout connectivity user. Reason is no credentials found for SFTP creds. The credentials itself not available. Okay, but we deleted, right? That is the reason it is throwing an error. So for now, what I will do now, I will create the credentials. So so don't assume like since I have created the basic credentials, without none also it will throw an error. It won't throw. Every case it will work. This is to get the known host. Host key. That host key we need to update in the known host. Okay. Since we haven't created the any known host, we need to create it and update it. In future, if you come up with a different SFTP, right? No need to create once again. Okay. So for you might be it will be some different address. For different address, you need to do the same steps. Provide the address, the latest address you got, host address, and authentication none only. You need to click on send. For you, another host key will be generated. For different SFTP, different host key will be generated. So that host key we need to update it here. Click on edit and click on add. Don't update in the existing entry. Click on add and update it here. Okay. If it is a new one. Since we don't have any other new SFTP, we are going with this only. Okay, for now, so it is saying that credentials are not available. Earlier it was a known host is not available, some error we got. Now we are getting the issue with the credentials since we haven't created any credentials. Now I'm creating the credentials. Okay, click on user credentials, SFTP, just some different name I have given. This runtime I'm selecting and user credentials and username and password I'm copying. Copy it and paste it. Copy it and paste it. So this step you know. So for now we have created the credentials, SFTP. So this same name I need to provide here. I'm saving the interface. For now, my SFTP has few folders. Currently, I am updating the records in the main root directory. So the slash only I have given. Okay, and I will click on uh, So Ahmad test is the file name and I am appending with the current date time. Okay. I'm saving this interface. I have some data in my content modifier. That data has to be updated into the file name called Ahmad test with the timestamp into the directory of slash. So this is the root of the SFTP. So for now, I don't have any files in the Ahmad with the name called Ahmad test. So now the connectivity is successful. I can see the green color mark. I will reload this this SFTP. Now I should get a file called Ahmad test including timestamp. Okay, you got the file and you can download it. Since I have given the path as slash, it is giving the file in the first step only. So now I will provide SFEC data. PC data is D small. Just I'm providing the path here, that's it. Like we will copy the X path from here, right? So consider APIM. So like this from user desktop junk APIM LinkedIn. Okay. So this is the path we will copy, right? In the same way from SFTP, we are copying the path and updating it here. Since we know the path, I'm just manually updating the path here. Now I will go with without any timestamp now. Deploying the interface. So now I should not see the data here. Inside SFTP directory, I need to see the data. Successful. I will go into the SFTP. First, I will click on overview. Again, it will confuse you. Going to the file manager. So I have created the file into SFEC data, not before SFTP, not in the root of this SFTP. Okay. Ahmad and test1 is created with the slash only, that means the root. But this Ramesh test data I'm creating under SFEC data folder. I have a folder called SFEC data in my SFTP. In that folder, I am creating the file called Ramesh test. Okay. So that file I cannot view here. I need to click on this SFEC data. So this is the directory which we created manually. Double click on this one. So under this, I have created the file. See, now I got the Ramesh test. It is like you are you are saving your file into a dedicated folder. That's it. Hope you understood, no? Any questions here? I didn't thought like it will take this much time. Why? So what is the confusion here? Since we have, how you got the mail adapter, right? In the similar way, you have the SFTP connectivity as well. So SFTP to transfer the file only, we will use the SFTP. Okay. So you have created one file in CSV format that you need to send it to the SFTP. So we need to use the SFTP adapter only. To establish the connectivity, you require some data. So it is asking the host address and authentication time. What is the credentials? Since we are dealing with the username and password, we are going with the username and password credentials only here. And only the new thing is which we have discussed is I guess this one only. No host. So the host key we need to update it here. Once you update the host key only, the username and password credentials will work. Otherwise, it won't work. Host key is mandatory for the SFTP connectivity. Otherwise, it won't work. Once you go establish the connectivity with the host key and the username and password, you need to provide some dedicated folder. In your trial SFTP, you need to create the folders and into that folder, you need to send some data on the. Okay, this is what I want to discuss today. And, let me know any confusion here again.
Now it's clear. I got it, the connectivity.
Okay. You can work on this one. I have shared the URL of this SFTP and all. This will be only for 6 days. Okay. Try to practice. Let me know if you are stuck anywhere so that I can help you. Okay. Okay, that's it from for today. We'll connect tomorrow at 7:30 is fine, right? Or else any other timings.
Yeah, 7:30 is fine for me, Kumar.
Okay. I hope this Jahnavi and Ramesh also fine with this time.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And you please work on this one, right? So you can work on the same assignment which I have given earlier. So for the US, China, and other employees, right? So you are creating some different name for each of the employees, right? So each of the country, based on the country, you are creating the file, and each file you are sending it to the mail adapter. Now you have to try the same interface with the SFTP adapter. That's it. You can copy the interface and just remove the connectivity of mail adapter and update the this SFTP and create some folders like 2 to 3 folders. So into dedicated folder, the data has to be passed. Okay, okay, please
Got it.
work on that one. You will get it. If you stuck anywhere, you can ping me in the WhatsApp, like we can discuss. That's it. Okay, thank you so much. I will connect tomorrow.